didn't work. It didn't land well. They didn't want to listen. We hear that all the time, don't we? Hey friends, Wes here. How often have you talked about cybersecurity to your clients or prospects and they just didn't get it? They just didn't listen. They just didn't follow. They just didn't commit. I hear that often. I've tried it. It didn't work. It didn't land well. They didn't want to listen. We hear that all the time, don't we? Well, one thing I want to encourage you with is not only is that normal, that's a common occurrence, it's also something that we can't give up on. Did you know repetition is the key to success? And not just a cybersecurity conversation, but literally everything. Did you know if you go through batting practice, they will tell you you need to go through a minimum of 50 swings per day just to get the mechanical motions in place. Some batters that were prolific even did extreme numbers. Barry Bonds was well known for over 500 swings a day just to get that mechanical muscle memory intact. This is something we've got to work on. This is something that's super critical for us. We need to build repetition into our conversations. Did you know every marketing study that comes out shows it takes a buyer a minimum of 7 interactions with your brand before recognition takes place, before some amount of buy-in begins and the trust journey begins. So if you were to just say, look, we tried something, we did this ad, we did this event, we did this thing once and it didn't work, well, yeah, it's not gonna work. It's gonna take 6 more tries. So you've got to be willing to work on it. When it comes to conversation, repetition is everything. I am terrible with names. I have learned if I will repeat someone's name 2, 3, 4 times in a conversation, at least if it's a long one, I'm going to remember their name. Repetition is key. So now I ask you, have you built repetition into your own cybersecurity practice? Have you let your own employees know you're not going to be successful right away? It's going to take a long journey. Have we embedded that decision into our marketing? Sometimes we feel like, well, we've covered cybersecurity 2 or 3 or 4 times already. So are we really going to do it again? Yes, you're going to do it again and again and again and again because it takes the repetition to get it across. I remember in our days at Perch how often I would get done with a day full of saying the same things over and over and over, maybe doing 2 or 3 webinars on the exact same topic, going and speaking at conferences over and over, and the message was clear. Detection picks up where prevention leaves off. And if you've not invested in detection, how are you going to know when your prevention fails? And I felt like I'm just saying this over and over and over, and I'm a broken record. But it needed to be said over and over and over and over because that's how you get market traction. So again, I come back and I say, what's your repetition look like? Are you building this repetition into your daily conversations with your clients? Are you doing this for all employees? You might even have to take a huge step back and say, you know what, we don't even have the mechanics to do that. How do we actually get educated in cybersecurity ourselves so that we can be better at building towards repetition? Well, if that's a need for you, check out what we're doing in Empath Cyber. You won't find anything else like it on the market. We're doing something that is truly unique and different. We're helping MSPs in this journey, especially non-technical folks. You want to learn what the CIS controls are? I gotcha. You want to hear more about some of the latest things that are trending in the news, like the FTC safeguards? We got you there too. You want to jump into amazing thought leadership from people like Alex Farling, who is currently doing a 5-week session on building a successful MSP sales process? You'll find it in one place and one place only, Empath Cyber. So I just want you to know, repetition is the key. If you will focus on that, if you'll build towards that, if you'll build measurabilities and you'll communicate it, you'll be successful. Repetition is key. Do you hear what I'm doing? For the 5th, 6th, 7th time, I've now said repetition is key because I want you to see that I'm practicing what I'm preaching. Give me some thoughts down below in the comments. Tell me, how are you doing on that? Is it something you can work on? Are you finding success? Let me know. Thank you guys so very much.